Alright, welcome to my YouTube video of my detailed description and review of my MILSIM loadout for AIRSOFT. I had a few people on Instagram ask me about it, and I did a poll and said, hey, would you like me to do this? So we're reviewing it today, just to go through everything. So, the MILSIM event I'm going to be going to is being held at an old prison. So it's going to be a mix of outdoor CQB, short and long type engagement. So you kind of be a mixed bag of what you're going to be doing that day. So this loadout is what I'm going to run because I feel that it's going to be the best for the QRF type role they're going to have me in for this game. So a couple things. I'll go through what I'm wearing right now. I don't have my Face Pro in that on. I will discuss that at the end because this way you can hear me better as opposed to when I have that on. So what you'll see is in the team I'm doing, for the camera restrictions here, I'm on the tan team. So multicam is what I'm going with here. I'm wearing a set of True Spec pants. I actually cut up a set of G3 knee pads and put them in here because they have internal pockets. Really like how that has turned out. Definitely recommend these, especially for the price point. And the internal knee pads are really nice because you don't lose them. And when you're bending your knee down, it's just really protects your knees. So next, up top, I have just a Army Surplus BDU top, also multicam. I wear a size medium. I'm about 5'11", 175 pounds. It fits me well. It's a little tighter, as you can see. Not really tight, but it's a smaller fit. So you might want to go to a large if you like a little baggier fit. I like it being a little tighter so it's out of the way, but that's just my preference. So then, moving on to gear. So a few things I run depending on temperature. I will run a neck gaiter. That's a vented neck gaiter, as you can see here. I'll get into more depth of this when I get into the Face Pro, and sometimes a Shimog. I will run this just simply, it's nice to protect your neck. No one likes getting shot in the neck, but it's something that's nice and easily you can take off. I recommend layering depending on temperature because this game is end of April in Pennsylvania, so Lord knows it could be snowing. So, but that preference there, whether you like it or not, I do recommend some kind of a neck gaiter there just to protect your neck. Because no one likes getting shot in the neck. So gloves, also mechanics gloves. I have them clipped here just for ease in transportation. They'll be on my hands for the game, of course, but definitely recommend those. In this case, these are the multicam ones. They have other color options as well. I like them because the impact, as they call them, have the rubber on the back, and it's really nice when getting shot in the hand, especially for CQB. Next, up top, the plate carrier I'm wearing is the Shellback Rampage 2.0. It's one of their newer modular type setups. On the front of that, I have a Spiritus MK4, which can be run as a chest rig, or I use it as a placard here. The way I run it is, I use their SMG insert in this case, since I'm running the MP5, which I'll discuss in a minute. But you can also do inserts to make this 5.56, 7.62, whatever mission specific or rifle specific loadout you want. I then also use the AXL front pocket that goes in here to make the front section of this just a simple zip up pouch, which I have a bunch of miscellaneous things in. Just to go through that, I typically carry a multi-tool, the various batteries I need for my ear pro, optics, etc. An extra wipe rag for cleaning off your goggles, speed lighter, and a very small screwdriver in here, just in case, because we know airsoft guns like to be particular. So that's what I run up front there. Then on the sides, the nice thing with this little setup is cummerbund actually has pouches in it. So I have one MP5 mag on each side. This one will be the one that I pull out to use in the rifle to start. That way it's out of the way here. This will be the second one I use, and then go here. Re-indexing then, I will re-index them up front as I switch them out. Next, also here, there's a 5.56 here. If you're running 5.56 inserts, you can put mags here, but I actually have my iPhone in here, so it's protected and out of the way, which is very nice. And then that, also there's a slot here to do the same on this side. On the back, flat pack. The flat pack has hydration pack in it, snacks, things like that, because you'll have teammates in MILSIM, so you can have them pull things out easily, or if needed, you can easily pull this off and get in, but it's easier just to have a teammate do so. On my head, I just have simply a Condor head wrap. That's nice because as you get hot, You can pull this down to let your head vent, things like that. My bald head needs some kind of protection, so that's what I do. Alright, so now we'll get into my replica. So this is the Elite Force MP5. I've installed a Gate Titan barrel build, which includes a Prometheus 6.03 in a barrel with a Maple Leaf hop-up, and this is the stock high torque, no, I lied. This is an Action Army high torque motor in here, and it's done me really well over the last 3 years, if not more. Up front, I have the Magpul handguard, which holds the battery, which also, when taking into MILSIM, takes several batteries. This is the Elite Force 11.1 Butterfly because it fits up front here. Also works on M4s quite well. This will not hold one of the newer Titan lithium-ion batteries because there's just not enough room. Here I have the cheapo Amazon Light. I think it's like the Fayyachi, whatever it is, but with their pressure pad. I do this because for the price point, if it gets shot out, who cares? Pressure point's zip tied on the front here, and then I have a BCM4 grip on the front. Monster riser with a Aimpoint Style Red Dot. I have a protector on the front just so it doesn't get shot out. And then I run the LBX MILSIM 2-point sling. So that's nice because you can use it for multiple different things. Whether you're here, it's adjustable here as well. Then you can do, if you're moving to CQB, you can move it around, or if needed, do everything like that. So the sling can do a lot of different things. Eye probe and ear probe. So the other thing I like to recommend for MILSIM events is ear probe. That can be used as comms. You can use the CommTech style things, whatever you may want. I run a speaker box from a Baofeng radio, which is actually my cameraman as well, back here. Over shoulder, and then back here is the cord that would plug into the Howard Line Impacts so that I can hear. I highly recommend if you get the Howard Line Impacts doing the gel cups. They're cheap, but they make it so these are much nicer to wear over a long period of time. iPro, I either run the ESS Influx or the Revision Desert Locust, but I prefer with the Desert Locust the dual pane lens, which is their thermal lens, which are more difficult to find these days, hence why I moved to the ESS Influx. So the Influx is nice because they have a vent all around the side. If you pop this up, it allows air to go through, so if you're moving, it does not fog. Sometimes if you stop, you might start to get the condensation, typically if you're sweating, but as soon as you start moving it, or if you go like this with your head, it cleans it up. I then also took, this is a Vulcan mesh that I took and I cut up. I then just reapplied with hot glue around it the cloth that would have gone around the sides, just so I don't get cut. So I'll show you how this fits. So ear pro on first, so you have a good ear seal. You can run these under, but I don't recommend it because it gets in the way of your ear and affects this seal. So you put your goggles on. Now, one thing I will do also just to protect my cheeks is I will pull this up here, and then iPro on. With that being said, that is it. The nice thing with this mesh and everything is if you're trying to shoulder the rifle, it gives you a nice cheek well of rifle. This also works well on an M4. That being said, that is my loadout for MILSIM. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below.